Good morning all. I'm Sinchana NL from first year MBA, Maharani Women's Commerce and Management College, Mysore. Now, I'm going to explain the concept of external supply chain management. Before moving to external supply chain management, first we should know what is supply chain management. Supply chain management is handling of the entire product flow of a goods or services, and it has include external supply chain and internal supply chain. External supply chain refers to the network of activities outside of a company, such as transportation and the environmental factors. Here we can see the external supply chain from manufacturer to manufacturer perspective. The flow of goods and services from suppliers to manufacturer and to distributor and to retailer, that is stock, and finally to consumer, which can have a direct and indirect effect on operations. For example, external supply chain are supplier failure, changes in law, natural disaster. Risk of external supply chain. First one is supply risk and demand risk, and the third one is environmental risk. First one, supply risk. It is caused by any interruptions to the flow of product, whether raw material or parts within your supply chain. And the second one, demand risk. It is unpredictable or misunderstood customer or end customer demand. And the third one is environmental risk. Environmental risk in the supply chain is the direct result of social, economic, political, governmental or environmental issues that affect the timings of any aspect of the supply chain. These are usually related to economic, social, governmental and climate factors, including the threat of terrorism. And there are some external causes of supply chain. First one is volume change and service and production mix changes, late deliveries, underfilled shipments. Volume change. Customer may change ordered quantity or delivery date. Customer may change the quantity of the service or product they had ordered for a specific date or unexpectedly demand more of a standard service or product. If the market demands short lead time, the firm needs a quick reaction from its suppliers. For example, an electric company experiencing an unusually warm day may require immediate power backup from another electric company to avoid a brownout. And second one, service and production mix changes. Customer may change the mix of ordered items. Customer may change the mix of items in an order and cause a ripple effect throughout the supply chain. For example, a major appliance store chain may change the mix of washing machine in its orders from 60% Whirlpool brand and 40% kitchen brand to 40% Whirlpool and 60% KitchenAid. This decision changes the production schedule of the Whirlpool plant that makes both brands, causing imbalance in its inventories. In addition, the company that makes the face plates for the washing machine must change its schedules, thereby affecting its suppliers. And third one, late deliveries. Late deliveries can force a switch in production schedules. Late deliveries of materials or delays in essential services can force a firm to switch its schedule from production of one product model to another. Firms that supply model specific items may have their schedule disrupted. For example, the Whirlpool plant may find that component supplier for its model A washing machine could not supply the part on time. To avoid shutting down the assembly line, which is an expensive action, Whirlpool may decide to switch to model B production. Suddenly, the demand on the supplier of model B specific part increases. And underfilled shipments. Partial shipments can cause a switch in production schedule or quantity produced. Suppliers that spend partial shipments do so because of disruptions at their own plants. The effects of underfilled shipments are similar to those of late shipments, unless it contains enough to allow the firm to operate until the next shipments. And external supply chain processes, it has a interconnection of external and inter-supply chain. The external and inter-supply chain both are interconnected. External supply chain management integration. External integration refers to the integration of logistic activities with those of their customer and suppliers in the supply chain. External integration refers to the degree to which a company understands the need of its clients and collaborates with clients and or suppliers to develop inter-organizational strategies and shared practices and processes so that it manages to satisfy its clients' needs. External integration requires the integration of logistic activities with those of their customer and suppliers in the supply chain. There are some examples for external integration supply chain. First is extended enterprise information system. Second one, virtual integration. There is one case study. Super efficient company re-engineering. First one is extended enterprise. This term appeared in 1993 in the article called Strategic Control in the Extended Enterprise, which was the result of Forty company who implemented the information system. The result of this study was that when company embarked on the information system initiatives, organization boundaries become blurred. The interfirm relationship got stronger, and this change helped to create the new marketing and distribution channel structure. And second is virtual integration. In 1998, Harvard Business Review conducted an interview with Michael Dell and published the article called The Power of Virtual Integration. Dell has become the first example of true extended enterprise because it used an information system and a closer relationship with trading partners to create the new distribution channel called direct model. They simplified inventory management practices a lot. And the third is super efficient company. Michael Hammer in 2001 explained in Supply Efficient Company that the true challenge was to streamline the process you share with other company. In this article, he explained how real companies incorporated the re-engineering concept to improve integration. And there are some barriers related to external supply chain management integration. In the case of external supply chain situation performance, measures have to be negotiated so as to make business sense for both parties. When in the external supply chain context, unless all the concerned parts agree, it may not be possible to find ways in which interest can be allied within the chain. Here we can conclude the external supply chain management. Thank you.